There's a few big ideas that I talk about a lot. Change is one of them. The universe being in flux. Everything is changing every second. Your body is a constantly changing organism. They say that your cells replace themselves like every 7 years. So basically, you're an entirely new person every 7 years. You're not the same person you were, and you're not going to be the same person in the future. This is a first principle of the reality we exist in. Everything is change. Everything is in flux. But humans, with our primal tendencies, we try to cling to certainty. We try to cling to sameness because that removes the anxiety that comes from the unknown. We create religions and gods to, again, remove the uncertainty of what comes after death. How should we live this life? What are our values? From that first principle, you build up on top another principle to which directs your existence, which is growth. You're either dying or you're growing. You're either thriving or you're slowly wasting away, giving a bit of yourself to entropy every second until the eventual demise and you exist no more. Your future self should be embarrassed by your current self because that implies growth. I regularly look back to myself a year ago, and I've been doing this most of my adult life. At 37 now, it's about 17 years. And every year I think, wow, you thought you knew so much. You had it all figured out, didn't you? And then in a short 12 months, you basically feel like a different person. To look back and identify my blind spots, my weaknesses, and how far I've come. Here's a quote from one of my favorite philosophers, Nietzsche. What is the ape to a human? A laughingstock or a painful embarrassment? And that is precisely what the human shall be to the overman, a laughingstock or a painful embarrassment. Nietzsche's idea of the overman was a higher human. You would evolve above yourself. And that's what he's saying here. You look at your previous self. You look at your lower self. You look at where you came from, and it's a painful embarrassment of what you were. But that's good because that's a sign of growth. If you are not embarrassed, and you don't have to have negativity around this should be a positive thing. If you aren't aware of at least, or recognizing your past self and how far you've come, then you're not growing. Look back to your past self and be proud of where you've come and do that every year of your life. Think for yourself, become sovereign, become free, and think from first principles over at thebetterhuman.co. That's the Better Human newsletter.